Hello, welcome back to the Gaming Pantry. This is the Retro Bear with a shortish video to brighten up your week or weekend, depending on when this goes out. Hope you're all well. Nice to see you back here once again. You may have noticed we've got the telly working. Yeah, that's an unusual thing. I haven't had them for ages, has it? We haven't had the old telly on there, but there we go. I'll get to that in a second. Most of you will probably recognise what that is if you've been keeping your eye on uploads that have been going on at the moment. But yeah, not an awful lot to show you on this one, to be fair, so I will try and keep it as brief as I can, which, you know, most people say that'll go about 20 minutes or so. Anyway, so what I'm going to talk about, well, yeah, let's talk about some things I've been sent, shall we? A couple of things I've been sent. Then we'll address the game in the room, and then we'll talk about what it's there for, and give you some information about that in case you may have missed things, because some people may have missed things, and they may want to know about it. They may want to join in and have a bit of fun. So a couple of 3 weeks ago, my last pickups video I did, which was going back, I think, towards the end of July when I was on holiday. I had a couple of weeks off work. I hadn't done anything else since then. I haven't been anywhere apart from the Zap Live event, which you may have seen the video about. And there's the Black Country, the second UN, as we say around here, the second UN. Black Country Gaming Fair stroke market, which is coming up on the 17th of September at the Archery Centre in Brierley Hill. If you don't know what we're talking about, I'll stick a link below. You should know. I haven't got a flyer at the moment. I must get one of these new updated flyers to show you. I've usually got one of those handy, but I haven't. But yeah, it runs, I think, from 10 till potentially 4. Early bird entry 10 to 11, free entry after 11 o'clock for everybody. Lots of traders there. We went to the one before in February. A lot of the traders are coming back, so some new ones as well. Mrs. Bear is going to be there with a Retro Bear pair stuff. So if you've got anything that needs looking at, bring it with you. If you want to come along and talk to her about what she does, she'll have flyers and examples of what she's done there. I'll be there assisting behind the table. Selling duties again. Not a lot of buying going on that day, probably not. Well, it didn't happen last time. I didn't buy anything last time. I didn't really get much chance to walk around. I spent most of my time talking to people who were interested in what Mrs. Bear was doing, but also talking to lots of people who came along, some for the first time. And I hope a couple of them will come again, because it was great to meet some people the first time, and they said they may come down for a second one, so I hope so. So if you haven't got your tickets, I'll stick a link in the thingy below. Go and have a look. Early birds are available. I'm not sure how many there are, but if you can't get an early bird, come along. It's free after 11 o'clock. Everybody's welcome. The locals came out in force last time. It'd be great if more and more people came along to support this fantastic event. Anyway, promotion over. Going back to that last pickups video, I mentioned that I bought a couple of games that I was particularly interested in, just trying to focus on titles I wanted to play that were in good condition and a fair price. And I spent a fair bit of money on things like Predator 2, Alien 3 on the Mega Drive, Lion King, and a couple of other Wii games as well. And there was Narc on the C64 as well. And I mentioned in the video there was a couple of Mega Drive games that I was particularly after, and one I mentioned by name. And I got John from 1MSX to Go got in contact. I mentioned John a couple of videos ago, gave him a shout out, and he got in touch to say, I've got a copy of this game if you're interested, because he's upgraded, he's got a Japanese one, and he said you're very welcome to it. Sent me some photographs of the condition, which was great of him to do so. So I said, yeah, that'd be fantastic if you're wishing to do. Came all the way from Madeira, which is the words Madeira to me means either cake or wine. I'm not sure. To the cake and wine region and wherever it is, I'm presuming it's Portugal somewhere. I don't know. It took a while to get here actually, so I posted it'll be there in a couple of days' time. I think it was about 9 days to get in, but I so appreciate this, John. I know I've messaged you privately, so thank you very much indeed. But the game I mentioned was this one, which is Rambo 3 on the Mega Drive. Now I've always wanted this, because when I first saw the Mega Drive advertised in and promoted in the magazines, this was one of the games they showed with a screenshot, particularly the one, the 3D, well, I say 3D shooting section of Rambo sort of standing there, and a giant helicopter. And the idea, obviously, I think you got a bow and arrow in the game, and that was it. It's just sort of still shot from that. I thought, whoa, that looks amazing. And there's I think there's some top-down bits as well. If you play Rambo 3 on the 8-bits, it's quite a top-down view game. But yeah, so he very kindly sent me this, which is absolutely fantastic. And you can, you know, hallmark of a quality collector, because he's put the manual in bubble wrap, which is just brilliant. Cartridges there. It's just a really nice car. I mean, there's no hang tab, but I mean, that's beside the point. Everything else about it is absolutely immaculate. So that really has filled a gap in my collection. It's a game I've hardly seen out and about anywhere, and if I have seen it, it's always been in a condition I wasn't happy with. So, John, thank you so much indeed for that. It's really, really appreciated. I'll stick it over here in front of my face so you can't look at me anymore. But there we go. Look at that, Rambo 3, brilliant. So that's going to go right into the collection. I did a Mega Drive collection video, didn't I, a few weeks ago, and I've added 4 games to it since then. I'll have to update it again. But that's brilliant. That is so kind of you to do that. Really, really appreciate it. And then the other video I did last week, was it this week? No, this week, just gone. Commodore Corner, episode number 13, the TV game show special, which so many people didn't watch. that's all right. That's right, you know, hey, some of these videos do well, some people watch them, some people don't. I appreciate that, you know, Commodore 64 gameplay is not for everybody. I also appreciate that 1980s videos games based on popular game shows of the day doesn't appeal to a lot of people either, but, you know, some people enjoy it. Us C64 aficionados do. Those of us who love game shows do. And you may mention there's one game in there which I couldn't really work out whether or not it was going to load. It started loading one side, and then it got to a funny point where it said stop the tape, rewind it, flip it over, and it just didn't seem correct in what it was doing. So I suspected it probably didn't load properly. I tried it 2 or 3 times, got to the same point, nothing happened. And I may mention the fact that I'd seen one copy on eBay, or there was a copy on eBay, it was rather expensive. I appreciate that my good friend Richard Tappenden, who I met at Zap Live, got in contact, said, I'll have a look through my archives and see if I've got a copy of this game for you. Richard, there is no need to trouble yourself any further. I know I've got some stuff here that you want, so I will still sort that out for you. It involves me sitting down and typing an email out, but you know what I mean, we will sort that one out. But Mrs. Bear jumped in and surprised me when I came home from work today, so I've got a present for you. And I was like, oh, okay. And I obviously hadn't been expecting it, and I got no idea what was going on. And as soon as I put my hand in it and felt it, I said, you haven't, have you? And she went, yeah. So she picked me up a copy of Bob's Full House. Yes, which will mean absolutely nothing to anybody who didn't watch that video. 1980s game show hosted by well-known television comedian and game show host Bob Monkhouse, who's passed away many years ago. It's basically a bingo-based TV game show, which there are loads of episodes on YouTube. There's actually one on the iPlayer at the moment. This was always on. It's on Saturday nights, back when I was younger. And I mean, all it is, it's a quiz show based, a general knowledge quiz show based around the game of bingo. That's what it is. It's nothing special, but I like it. It's got a cracking theme tune as well. If you like theme tunes, that's another thing there. And it's a really lovely copy as well. It's absolutely, well, I suppose you would say it's immaculate, because why would you want to own something like Bob's Full House? But yes, we have it. So thank you, Mrs. Bear, once again for jumping in where no other sane person would do so. So that's nice. And then we come to this, which is perfect timing because the game title has just appeared on the screen. How do we do that? I don't know. Look, I think. So this is Fireshark, which I'm running off my chipped Xbox. Yes, I'm not lucky to have a copy of this game and the amount of money it's cost. And I know how much it's cost because I know somebody's bought a copy recently. Or I've heard they bought a copy recently. Anyway, why have we got Fireshark on here? Well, that's a very good question, and I shall answer that for you. There's a video put out last week by my good friend over at Gib84 Gaming, Gordon, all the way up in Scotland. It's about time I did Gordon a favour, because I insulted him and his fellow countrymen a few months back on the TMB. So this is my way of trying to make amends for it. And he posted a video called Game Club 52, Game 1. And a few of the lads on YouTube, I'll try and put links in below to all of them if I can remember who they were. There's quite a few of them. You may have heard the 52 game challenge. We have talked about that on the TMB previously. Where people just get together, and the idea is to play. You know, I think it's either to play or complete 52 games. I think you just play 52 games if you can do. I'm currently sat on 0. Anyway, but they put it, and they've all got together. They've all picked, I think, three or four games each, something like that. Select them. There's quite a few. They're all across different formats, all different eras, and quite a few of them, having watched this video that Gordon put out and that the boys have selected, I've got some way or another I can get hold of or play. Some of them actually got physical copies. Some of them pick Wii games. Can you pick Wii games? I mean, how could I not join in? And I have got the games, I think, that are in question. There's some PlayStation 5 games in it which I haven't got and I'm never going to go and get. But when something like this comes along, it's an opportunity. And if you have got the way to emulate stuff, this is the perfect opportunity to get joined in. And I'll stick a link to Gordon's video in there so you can go and have a look at it and see what the games are. Because I can't remember off the top of my head because I'm 47 years old, nearly 48, and, you know, can barely remember what I did yesterday, let alone tell you what games they selected. But yeah, and the idea is to get involved and just to get in and play. I mean, obviously there is the, I suppose, the prestige of getting the best score on the game. But you know, it's just taking part that counts. And like we said, anybody could join in. You don't, you know, you don't have to be part of it. You don't have to be part of the group. If you want to take part, play the game they've selected, and put a video up or let them know. I don't know whether they've got a Twitter thing or a Facebook thing, Instagram thing. I don't know, stuff that people do. They've got time to do it that I haven't. But it's great. And like I said, I think Gordon's done a video. I think John Bunday's done a video on it. I know Retro Red Steve's done it all the way from his nursing home. He's done it as well. Crazy old man spends 28 minutes swearing a lot. But yeah, so if you've got a way of playing this game, get involved. So I'll stick a link in. I'll stick a link into the lads' videos who've done them so far. And I don't know whether it's one a month or one every couple. I don't know what the terms are. Again, like I said, old man, not going to get an idea. But yeah, get involved. Have a bit of fun with it. Join in. I am actually going to do this. I've watched Steve's video. I watched a bit of Gordon's video, and I must admit it does scare me a little bit. But I like shoot 'em ups because. Not shmups, shoot 'em ups. That's what we used to call them back in the day. That is what they always be called, shoot 'em ups. I do like games like this because even though you tend to get obliterated quite easily, the way the game is designed, you can I find it's much better a game like that where you can progress a little bit further each time, which encourages you to keep playing rather than sort of dying there every time and not getting any further. That's what you want to be doing. So I will be giving that a go at some point. I'm not sure how the best way to do it because I've never played this before in my life, so I'm not sure whether I'm going to have a few practice goes, or maybe I'll film the first go and then just keep filming until I get a decent run. But having seen the lads, I mean, to be fair, it does say easy there, and I know Steve was playing it on the easy level. So he's again, I don't even want to do it. I don't know whether you play on the easy level or what. I think it's 1 credit. I don't think you can keep going until you finish the game. I think it's a 1 credit thing. But so watch out for that. It's bank holiday weekend, isn't it? So I should probably find time to have a go at that in running around and doing other stuff I'm doing at the same time. It'd be great. Lovely. But yeah, so yeah, get involved now. All the links below. Linked about the Black Country Gaming Fair. Yeah, I think that's about it really. Sorry there's not much to say this time, but I try and keep these things short now if there's nothing to be going on with. Thanks once again to John for the game. Thanks to Mrs. Bear for the game. If you're coming to the Black Country Gaming Fair and I don't talk to you in the meantime, or you don't see these videos in the meantime, I hope to see you there. Don't forget to get tickets and yeah, and join in. Fireshark, have a bit of fun with it. Right, I'm going to have a bit of a crack at this, I suppose. Thanks very much indeed for watching. If you have enjoyed that, you know what to do. It's there. It'd be appreciated if you will. It's not a prerequisite if you don't. Be nice if you did. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.